Alright, so Chrysos is finally now live. Now if you go to their main website, you'll see the new button that has been added, the lending and exchange button. Now you probably noticed that I've got glasses on. Well, they are actually computer glasses to help me with reading text and writing and stuff like that. So I probably look a lot smarter now, I don't know, or a lot more geeky, one of the two. So if you click on the lending exchange, it will take you to a login page where you log in, and this is what your dashboard will look like. You'll see the CHR balance, the BTC balance, the lending, referrals, all that kind of stuff. So you'll see my balance up here at the top. You'll see that I haven't lent any coin yet. And here are your options: the wallet, lending, exchange, and transactions, security, and support. And I'll go over all those briefly. And let you know my opinions on them and why we are missing some functionality in the back office, in particular when it comes to the exchange. Okay, so let's talk about the exchange first actually, because it's probably what most people are concerned about. We don't have full access to the exchange. We only can buy CHR at this point and not sell CHR until the 14th of February, so 15 days from today, which is the launch day. So keep that in mind. You can actually place a sell order, and I can show you how that's done right now. So you place a sell order, and let's wait for it to execute. And you see that now I have 0 CHR, but you can see in your transactions as it's an open order. You'll see how many bitcoins I'm also potentially getting as well, and 13 bitcoin for my 9,390 CHR. Now the problem is that this order is just going to sit here, right? And it won't execute because we're not able to sell CHR or Chrysos at this point. And so I'm just going to cancel the order because it will just sit here. So what's the point of having that option to sell your coin and for it to not, actually exchange? I think that this is a way for, this is my, this is complete speculation and just my opinion, but I think Chrysos wants an idea of how many people are selling the coin during this period of downtime, so they can see how potentially big this sell-off will be. It could be minimal. It could go down just a couple dollars, or it could just climb straight up. And so I think that the team wants an idea of what to expect, and this helps them to get an idea. Again, just my idea of what they could be doing on the back side here. Okay, so if you scroll down, you can see the buy orders. So the small amount of buy orders that have gone in so far. I mean, we're only in the first day. So not expecting a lot there, but any kind of buy orders into the market that you see here, this is a big deal, because this means that people are buying into Chrysos coin at the $14 price, and that's good, because if they buy at $14, that means that during these next 15 days, that could potentially ride up the price even further to I think potentially all the way up from $18 to maybe $20. Which would be really great, because that means that our ICO Chrysos coin that we bought is worth potentially a lot more. So if you go into the lending, so let's talk about lending, because lending is why we invested in these coins to begin with, because we are passionate about the daily payouts that we get from lending in a platform like this. The only problem with that is a lot of these lending platforms have a lot of trouble sustaining over the longer period of time. And initially in my videos I said, well, I was going to base my lending off of how Chrysos structured their exchange and their lending platform, how easy it was to use, how smoothly it ran. And so far, everything looks really good. And so if you were to lend in a lending platform, I would say that the Chrysos coin is a good place to do that. Now, I wouldn't lend 100% of what you own. I would think about maybe 50%, maybe 30, 20, and go from there. and maybe take a small amount at stake in the coin and sell a bit of it once you're able to on the 14th. Now I don't want to say to sell all of it unless you're planning on moving over to another ICO or in another lending platform or some other investment vehicle. But I really like the lending platform here. I wish there was an auto reinvestment tab, and that was promised in the ICO or in the white paper. So I guess maybe there's potential for them adding on to this function later on. But you can see how this functions here. You can see the different price ranges in the daily payouts and the days as well. Now, it did say in the white paper that 1.5% wasn't going to be a standard once the coin was out of its initial launch phase. So after 15 days, I don't know if the 1.5% will stay, but we'll have to see. It could be more, could be a little bit less. But I do believe it's going to be variable. Alright, so you can see the daily returns here in lending, return in US dollar, profit in CHR, investing US dollars. So this kind of gives you a lot of information about your lending profits, which is great, which I really like to see. Okay, so what about me? What am I doing when it comes to lending and staking or holding the coin? I have decided to hold the coin, not to use the lending platform. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to do the same thing. This doesn't mean that I'm somehow secretly scared that Chrysos coin is going to disappear and that's why I don't want to lend into the platform. No. It's because I have a different investment vehicle. As you guys have seen me talk about, I'm in the foreign exchange market and have been for the last 14 years. You can see my account is $1,300. But most of my funds are currently in Chrysos coin, and if it dies, if I don't get a payout, if I don't see any profit at all from Chrysos and they somehow disappear, I'm going to be just fine. But a lot of my personal account at the moment is in Chrysos coin, and I will be moving my investment vehicle from Chrysos to my current currency exchange or foreign currency market. I'm also managing 117,000 as well for a friend, and so this is where my expertise lies, and that is my main investment vehicle. But I do dabble in cryptocurrencies because they can be very profitable. So that leaves me to just holding the coin until I'm able to sell it. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to jump in on right when the market opens on the 14th of February to sell all of my coin. No, that's not necessarily my plan. I want to see how the market reacts, because it's very possible that a lot of people could buy in these next 15 days, causing the price to rise to maybe at least higher than it is at 14, and that could continue to rise a straight up graph, and that could be a reason for me to hold on to my coin longer. So I'm going to be staking. That's my plan. But it doesn't have to be yours. If it were me and I didn't have another investment vehicle like the foreign exchange market or the Forex, and depended on a daily payout, I would take 50% off the top and stake that, hold it until I can potentially sell it, and then I would put 50% into the lending platform and look for a daily payout. That's what I would do if I was depending on or looking for more of an income using a cryptocurrency platform like this. So guys, that's pretty much where I stand now, and I have written a message to Chrysos coin asking them if they can, when the exact time and date is of that they'll be allowing us to sell CHR, and maybe giving us a little bit more information about why we can't actually sell our CHR, because this note up here is not enough. So I'm hoping that they can give users a little bit more information, because I know that some people may be freaking out when they realize that their coin is not actually exchanging for Bitcoin, or their Chrysos coin is not exchanging for Bitcoin, and why that is. And so I'm hoping that they give us a little bit more closure on an explanation on the exchange in the limited access. Alright, so that's pretty much it for now, and I'll give you guys more updates once I find out, and we'll continue to track Chrysos coin and see if it rises. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and for the support. Give me a thumbs up, and hopefully you can subscribe. See you next time. Bye.